Here is a Vornado Flippi V6 fan. It was made in China in September of 2019. Takes 0.24 amps. It's quite a bit of power for a tiny little fan. This is a 3-inch blade, I think. Yeah, it's a 3-inch blade, about 7.5 centimeters. Very small fan. I think there was one that was slightly larger than this as well. I got this exclusively because it was dirty. And I've heard that these things are nearly impossible to take apart for cleaning. So I'm going to try to clean it, because one of my favorite things to do is defeat planned obsolescence and take filthy consumer products and clean them back to something that people want to use again. So I'm going to try to see if I can clean this. I know people have successfully gotten these apart, but there's not many documented instances of it, so this might be a good chance to make a good tutorial. These are okay fans. I think there's definitely better options though if you want a small personal fan. These just have a basic little C-frame motor. It is kind of interesting to see that blade in such a small form factor though. It's just like the blade on the bigger ones. And it is quite plugged up with dust. Cord is kind of a cheesy, plasticky feeling cord with a lot of memory to it. It is a fused the plug. Unirized plug, which is allegedly UL listed. Was it a 2.5 amps fuse it calls for? Alright, let's plug in the kilowatts meter. See how this works, if it works at all, I don't know. A lot of times things end up at the thrift store because they broke. We are testing at 119.8 the volts. And here we go with there's labeling on the switcher, but it's almost impossible to see. I guess we'll start with high. Oh, it does work. And it's not really moving in the air, which I kind of expected considering how much dust is in here. I have used these before. I have one. I used to use it at the old location at the secondary computer desk from time to time. I got the job done just fine. It was reasonably quiet on low. Kind of noisy on high. This one's kind of noisy. And it's not really air noise either. It's all like motor noise. It's not vibration like it's out of balance, but there's just an excessive amount of vibration, motor vibration, like a 60 hertz vibration, and it's transferring onto the table and becoming very loud. And this is a carpeted surface too. If it's on a hard surface, it's going to be even worse. There's 0.2 the amps, 16 the watts, with a power factor of 0.66. It is managing to push out some air, but not anywhere near as much as it should be. And of course the switch is designed such that the thing is so lightweight you can't even use a switch without holding it in place. And it is quite quiet on low, I'll give it that much. The airflow is quite limited, but again that's because of the dust. It's not because it's intrinsically a bad product. Major reduction in the motor noise on low. And as far as the power information goes, we have 0.06 the amps, 5 the watts, power factor 0.67. Well, that's not taking much power at all on the low. It's pretty reasonable. And I suspect the spin down is going to be like 1 or 2 seconds. Yeah, pretty much. It gets up to speed almost instantly, and it stops within a couple seconds. I'm surprised it's as free as it is still. This is definitely a higher hours unit, and there is no weight on that motor. So even with good lubricated bearings, it's still not going to spin that much. I'll do another video for the teardown, but just a quick initial look around this nut. It doesn't look like this is meant to come apart at all. I don't see any kind of screws or tabs or seams anywhere, which is disappointing because Vornado, at least used to, advertised that their fans are very easy to clean, and that was important because they had these long warranties and they were supposed to last a long time, and so they'd last long enough to the point where you'd have to clean them. And it seems like that design has been abandoned, at least with this particular product. I'll have to look through the manual to see if it talks anything about taking it apart, but I'm pretty sure that this is unfortunately a disposable product. Use it for a couple years until it becomes plugged with dust, and then cancel it out and buy a new one, which is a horrible model. I don't know why that's so appealing to people. I think it's terrible, but that's the way it is now with this and many other products. So we'll see if we can break the cycle with this one and get this taken apart, cleaned up, and relubricated, ready to provide a couple more years of hopefully reliable service.